Hey everybody, Undr here, and today I'm going to show off my idea for what the NX controller might look like. When coming up with the design, I took several things into account. Nintendo's recent change in direction, the various patents that have become public record, Nintendo nostalgia, and what we can gather about the branding for the NX. Now, I know the thumbnail is a little spoilerish, and before I reveal my concept art of the NX controller, I just gotta state it outright because there's always a handful of geniuses in the comment section that needs to hear this. This is not the NX controller. It's not official. I am not trying to pass this off as the real thing. Alright? Anyway, here it is. We might not know a ton about the style the NX is going in, but we do know Nintendo's mindset. Now, we can sort of figure that the name NX isn't going to stick. It's likely just a code name, as Nintendo tends to do with their systems. But I did use the name NX when designing the controller. That said, I used a lot of straight edges wherever it wouldn't cause discomfort for the user. The letters NX are very rigid and to me seem almost alien, like NX. So I used that as part of the controller's design. You may also notice that this controller really just appears to be an elongated GameCube controller, and I did that for a good reason. As we know, Nintendo is attempting to bring back their core base, something they've mentioned a few times leading up to the NX reveal. But in the end, something that Nintendo has always benefited from is nostalgia. It also just happens to be that people still really love the GameCube controller, to the extent that the Wii U has a GameCube controller adapter peripheral. Admittedly, this is just for Smash, but at least Nintendo acknowledges this. Now, according to this patent, Nintendo is playing with free-form screen technology. This essentially allows developers to utilize a screen that doesn't conform to a normal rectangular shape. It also allows for other things, but I don't really think Nintendo plans on utilizing the entire face of the controller. Despite this, I do believe that they will make the entire front-facing controller a free-form screen. As you can see, my design utilizes a 5.5-inch screen in the middle of the controller. It's pretty self-explanatory just by looking at it. The touchscreen will work off the same technology as smartphones do, rather than the sort of touchscreens that the 3DS line of products and the Wii U does. This way, the front face of the screen would be glossy black and give no indication that a screen is actually present until you turn it on. But why have a freeform screen unless you're actually going to utilize it? Well, I suspect the rest of the face could be used in a similar fashion to the light on the back of the PS4 controllers, where it would light up based on what the game calls for. For instance, in the game you were playing, if the police started chasing you, the controller could, be made to simulate the police sirens, both audibly and now by flashing, or actually not just flashing, turn the entire controller from red to blue back and forth, like police sirens. Now, taking a look at the back, as you can see, the shoulder buttons are completely round. This is to accommodate for another one of the patents that came out about the potential controller. The shoulder buttons work as both your typical shoulder buttons and wheels. I'm not entirely sure how Nintendo would want to utilize them, but they're relatively easy to incorporate into my design. Now, the one thing I didn't manage to include in my physical design is the rumored daisy chaining processor. The idea behind it is that any additional compatible bit of hardware connected to the NX, including additional NXs and cloud-based NXs, would add to the computing power of the system. The controller is no exception. This would also make the controller a portable gaming device, which honestly is the oldest rumor circling about the NX itself. The size of the controller is comparable to the iPhone 6 Plus or the PlayStation Vita, so I think it's large enough to house the needed components as well. So yeah, that's really about it. I'm an engineer by trade, and I just figured this would be a fun reason to break CAD back out. If you like this video and would like to see more videos like this one, please leave a comment below indicating as such, and if you like this video, please leave a like, and subscribing would be kinda cool too if you liked the Let's Plays and such. I'll catch you all later.